We are back for another heartfelt episode of the You Stupid Podcast.
Yes,
Uh, Amber, you are in a new location.
I
Tell
am.
me, tell me a little bit about your setup that you got going on there.
Well, as I mentioned last week, I was going to Minneapolis, and I am here broadcasting to you live from Minneapolis. Uh, the wonderful accommodations here.
yes.
Yes, so we
What's
are.
what's the weather like there in Minneapolis?
Well, it snowed last night, so all of the ground is white, and this morning Jenna went to take Miss Honey out, and she was like, "Nope, I'm not going out there." So she didn't use the bathroom. So later on, I had the luxury of taking her out and walking through the snow and picking up poop.
Of course.
So yeah, I went to see The Life of Pi last night, and when the show let out, it was like windy and snowing, so it's like water flying at your face, and I'm like, I got an umbrella, and I'm like,
Mm.
and I literally just had to go around the corner because that's how close the hotel is, and I'm like, you couldn't pay me to walk through this. I'm like, remind me of my days of living in New York. It was ridiculous.
Okay.
So I'm trying to stay indoors today, but the sun is out now, so it's pretty nice. I mean,
Okay.
it's I don't know, temperature wise, what are we at? It's 30 degrees.
Woo!
Yeah, so technically freezing,
That
but
is a big fuck no from my land. From my land. Mm-mm. That reminds me. So like, I'm so inexperienced with cold weather. I have a friend who lives in Minnesota. I always get Minneapolis and Minnesota mixed up. I think she lives in Minnesota. I want to say. And I was talking to this is a couple years. Yes.
Minneapolis is in Minnesota.
Thank you, Miss. I'm super awesome at geography. All right. Anyway,
Minneapolis is the
anyway,
city,
anyway.
Minnesota is
Okay,
the state.
okay. All right.
So,
All right. Okay.
okay, just so we're
Thank,
clear.
thank you for that.
All
Okay. Thank
right.
you for that. Anyway,
East
she lives
Middle.
in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay. So she
Cool.
lives here.
Yes. And that's even more relevant because you guys are okay. Anyway, so she was like, "Oh yeah, it gets up to." She was like, "Oh yeah, it got up to -3 today," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, that's not how math works. You don't go up to a negative." And she's like, "Yeah, you do if it's in a further negative." And I was like, "Well, that's algebra. I don't do algebra, so that's my experience with cold. It's algebra. I don't anyway." So good,
Interesting.
good
Yeah,
times, good times.
that
Uh,
explains everything. Yes.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Um, but anyway, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you with my doldrums.
I mean, that just blew me back. That whole little thought process, the whole Minneapolis, Minnesota situation, and then the algebra piece. Chef's kiss.
Hey, I do.
Definitely.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Well, I mean, doesn't it get cold in Washington?
It does, but not negative. Not negative. Not since I've been here. Not.
Oh.
Mm-mm. It gets cold. It gets like my house doesn't have good weather stripping, so that's why I'm always wearing jackets because it's cold outside.
Mm.
But it's never negative. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, when we lived in upstate New York, they have this thing called the lake effect. And that's like the wind and like full on whiteouts and just ridiculousness. And I remember going to Taco Bell. That's probably the last time I ate Taco Bell was 10 years ago. Um, Going to Taco Bell, and in the car, the thermometer said it was -5. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you even wrap your mind around that? And so we had moved there in the summer from Vegas. It was like 125. To go to a climate where it's -5 was kind of like, ooh. So, we had to get Miss Honey outfits and all the things because she wouldn't go out there.
I don't have
And
time.
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, like, Jenna was on tour and she was super hyped to live there because it snowed, and then she pieced out on us as it started to snow. So I wasn't tracking any of the information
Mm.
everybody was telling us about what to do in the snow, like with the salt and how to shovel the driveway and all that stuff. And I'd be taking Miss Honey out, and I damn near bust my ass just sliding on the black ice in the driveway. And I'm like, whoa.
That happened to me. Did I ever tell you the first time? So like the first year I moved here, like the first like I moved here in August, and then that winter it snowed, and that was the first time I'd ever been in snow. Did I ever tell you that story?
I don't know.
No. So like cuz it kind of snows in Vegas, like you get like, "Oh yeah," and when I moved here, it started snowing and I was like, "What is this?" Like what's this stuff like falling from the sky, because I'd seen it on TV, but I hadn't been experienced to it.
Yeah.
I hadn't experienced it. So like it's like, "Oh, it's just like ice." It felt like ice. Okay, cool. So I guess it's the snow. Okay, whatever. So like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's snowing outside, but it's not sticking." And I'm like, "Well, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean when it sticks?" And they're like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" So I would like get into arguments with people about, I don't know what this means. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, whatever. So I came outside one day and like I didn't know, like, that song White Christmas, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that song meant. I thought it was just like some shit white people say, right? Like, oh, that's racist. So like but
Stupid.
but I opened my window to open my door and everything was like white. And I was like, oh, White Christmas, duh, right? So like I have had no experience walking down ice covered stairs before. So there's a video on my security camera where I'm falling down the street, or almost falling down the stairs. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And it's like my first experience with snow ever. I'm terrified to drive. I'm like, I need to trade my car and get a 4-wheel drive because blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to shovel snow. My windshield's got ice on it. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, you put warm water on the windshield to get into. Right. I don't know any of
Oh.
these things. Right. So it's a disaster. So that's a little early disaster of the week for you right there. My first year in snow was a disaster.
Yeah, you did everything wrong. Good job.
Wouldn't be me if I did.
Exactly. And you're not going to
Yep.
ask a question. You're not going to do research. You're just going to figure it out.
There it is. There it is. There it is. All right, dear sis. What you got? So how have you been, dear sis?
Well, I mean, busy, I guess, just trying to get everything together and making sure I have everything. For some reason, I'm just like, okay, do I have this? Do I have that? I want to bring that. So being here in Minneapolis today is just kind of a chill day. I'm not trying to go outside. But tomorrow I was thinking about going to check out the Mall of America, but I was reading the comments and I was like, ooh, I don't feel like getting shot in Minneapolis because they're talking about how the security people are, stereotyping and, they checking IDs and all this stuff. And I look young. And so I already know if type flight come to me and be like, "Where your ID?" And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't got it for you." So I'm I'm deciding if I want to go to Mall of America tomorrow or um, just keep it cute and stay alive.
No. Stay
I'll keep you
alive.
posted next week. If we don't have a show next week, you know what happened to me at the mall.
Right,
Either
right,
I'm
right.
locked up, shot up, or in the hospital.
Right,
Okay.
right, right. Yep.
So
Stay
yeah,
black,
we'll see.
sis. Stay black. I
Yeah,
feel it.
we'll
I
see.
feel it.
Maybe I'll check out a sporting event while I'm here,
Okay.
because we're like right across the street from where a few of the teams play. So
Okay. That's what's up.
yeah, so we'll
How's
see.
how's our favorite person?
Jenna went in as well. Of course,
Yes.
she was happy to see
Did,
us,
did you did
and
you tell her that I love her? How was her response when you told her
she don't like you. I don't
that?
understand why you always try to say, "Hey, Jenna," and I'm like, she doesn't like you, and you think
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm
Okay.
serious.
You're not serious. She's
I'm serious.
every time I see her, she's like, "Hey, W, how have you been?" I'm like, "Girl, you're my favorite.
That
That's
doesn't
awesome."
mean anything. She's just being polite.
Okay. Okay. If she was here right now, she would shoo you away and be like, "Don't listen to her."
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
telling you. I'm consistently telling you she doesn't like you.
Okay. Okay.
It, but you won't accept it.
Nope. I
Anyway,
refuse.
yeah. Well, how are you?
So I'm fresh from my interview with UW.
Oh Lord. Okay.
That was interesting. It's been an interesting week for me. So I had to go to the doctor yesterday for my 40, you know, um
Why are you putting it in quotes? You are 40.
uh, you're right. You're right. So I went to the doctor yesterday to get like checked, make sure everything's good. I'm healthy, so yay, no prostate cancer or that we
Finger in the
know of.
butt.
Ha! Actually, you know what? They don't do that anymore. They just check your hormone levels, and if your hormones are off, then they put the finger in the butt. So it's just blood
Oh,
work. So that's
okay.
cool. I shaved and everything, and it just wasn't. He didn't do it, so
You
it's fine.
shaved your butthole? Oh my God.
But anyway, no, like I'm sitting in
No,
the
you didn't shave your butthole?
we're not even. No, I didn't. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh,
So
okay.
so I'm sitting in the office, in the little lobby area, and there's this old man. He's there with his mom, and me and Cairo are sitting in the lobby, and we're sitting. Cairo's got his iPad or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to see my car?" Blah blah blah, and we're sitting talking about his car or whatever. He's playing car games or whatever. So they call my name, and this old man, he's like, "Hey, Anthony," because they called my name or whatever, and I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's like, he had a sketch pad, and he tore off a picture, and he had drawn a picture of me and Cairo in the lobby. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my god, that's real sweet," like thank you. So it's downstairs, hanging on the refrigerator because I thought that was super sweet. So that was kind of like the beginning of my week yesterday. So had my interview with UW, absolutely killed it. Um, I always think it's a really good thing when you can make them laugh in the interview. So that's pretty cool. It's a lot. I thought it was going to be worse than it was, but it actually was really good. I'm actually kind of thinking about taking the position. So we'll see how that goes. Um,
okay.
yeah. So um, let's see what else. Uploaded the new episode yesterday, and we still haven't gotten a poll about who wants to see that song, the song that I wrote. It's fine. I don't think it was. I don't think anybody knew about it. It's totally fine. But um, I'm excited to torch your ass today
Oh,
on What Do You Know?
okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited. So we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
Okay.
Yeah. We gonna get to it. But yeah, that's so. Oh, so it's funny because like I got all these jobs like competing for me, and it feels great. So like after I left my interview today, another job called me today and was like, "Hey, can you start training tomorrow?" I'm like, "Nah, I gotta go to work." He's like, "You have a job?" I'm like, "Yeah, fool, I got a job. I can't quit my current job before." He's like, "Oh, well, I don't know," and I'm waiting on the offer from UW, and then it's all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited. So yeah, good times, good times. All right, moving on. Let's start with Anita's breaks today.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say what do you know for a little further in because that's gonna be fun, the fun part.
Okay.
That's my favorite part. That's my new favorite part. Okay,
I don't understand why you get so excited about this. It's pretty much just fun facts. That's it.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
But it's
You're
fun.
ask
It's fun facts with competition. I love competition.
but you just asked me questions. Did you know blah blah blah? No.
Okay. Anyway,
Done.
whatever, whatever.
Okay. So this week's Anita's Breaks, in the spirit of being in a new place and being open, I think everybody should totally check out some sort of play or musical in their lifetime. You may be pleasantly surprised at how much you enjoy it, and it could be a really good experience if you have kids. So, like I said, I went to see Life of Pi last night, and it's a play. And the last play that I saw was War Horse, and I literally fell asleep. And so I don't know if I was just tired or, like the content wasn't giving what I needed it to give, but I couldn't tell you what happened because I was out. And so when it came to LA, I brought Eric along to see it opening night. He fell asleep. So I couldn't even be mad because I fell asleep. So my experience with plays is tired. Okay, so I was not really that excited because I didn't watch the movie, I didn't read the book, I was not familiar with what it was about. The idea of a guy being on a like a lifeboat with a tiger just that that wasn't giving, right? So I go into the situation kind of like, I'm just here to support my wife, and my family want to see it, so let me go. So I go and it's it's pretty good, like visually. Like it's a play, which means, they're not singing and dancing, but there's music, but I mean, visually it's really good. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I would encourage the people to take a chance on a play that you know nothing about.
Mm,
So those are my breaks, Anita's breaks for the week.
okay. Um, I when you said the last one that you went to was Warhorse, immediately I thought about Moulin Rouge because I was like, wait, isn't the last thing that you saw Moulin Rouge? But because we went to that together, right?
Right. Yeah, but
Which
that's a
was
musical.
right. That is a musical.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh wait, you're right. That's not a play. Because when you said play, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, play. I haven't couldn't tell you the last play that I saw.
Yeah, I had saw this other play in New York on Broadway, and we got tickets and we sat in the first row, and again, I couldn't do it. So we left at intermission. And imagine like you're sitting in the front row and then these people just don't come back. Like it was so slow. It was like a family drama. I'm like, plays are not for me. So when
Mm.
Jenna got on this, I was like, you don't have to worry about me seeing it. I'm gonna be all right. I'll meet you after the I don't need to see it. It's okay. I'm good. After The Lion King and after Moulin Rouge, like, come on, like, who's trying to
Hmm.
see a play? Nobody.
I feel it.
Nobody.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when it comes to Seattle, we will see it. So you'll have an opportunity to see it.
All right. And then that's when we do our in person episode.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know why you're so excited about this.
I don't. I don't know. I just miss my sister.
Obviously.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I just want to see Jenna. I don't care about you. It's fine. So, okay. Anita's breaks. All right. What we got going on? Disaster of the week. I think I already gave you my disaster of the week.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean, I don't really have a disaster. I'm doing very good this week. Well, one thing I mean, I wouldn't say a disaster, but um interesting story. So, going to the airport, I got here on Monday, right? So, usually I'm thinking Monday is probably busy. I got to check in early cuz I got Miss Honey with me. So, I call the Uber, they come pick me up, and she hits a little shortcut and I'm like, "Okay." And get to the ticket counter, and there's probably like four people in front of me, and the agent comes up to each person like, why you here? He's like, you need to get another lane. Why you here? You need to get another lane. Why you here? You need to get another lane. Then he comes to me, he sees Miss Honey, he's like, you in the right place. And I'm like, what are you doing? Yes. So I get up to the counter, check her in, check me in. We go off to the gate, and it's probably like an hour and a half until our flight takes off. And so we chilling. Of course, everybody loves Miss Honey. She was looking like a fluffy little cotton ball in her bag, and she's coming out. She's like,
where
"Greetings."
where is she at?
Where is she? Right here. Hey there. Oh, you want to come? You want to say hey? She looking like, nah, I ain't working today.
Mm.
But yeah, so she's getting all the love, the hugs, the kisses, just random white people coming up. What kind of? Oh, what's your Bijan's name? Well, she's not a Bijan, but her name is Miss Honey, and she's named after a drag queen. Yes, and like what? And I'm like, I said what I said. Her name is Miss Honey. She's named after a drag queen. She's 10 years old. I'm like, oh my god, really? Yeah, black don't crack. I'm really 82, so and so it's just this whole experience, traveling with her. Everybody loves her. It's great. So we get on the plane, and I'm talking to the flight attendants, and I'm like, you guys should have like some sparkling water for her, little treat, charcuterie, all this stuff. And they're like, right? And I'm like, as much as you charge us to fly, like, because I got
Mm.
to pay for her each way, like $95 each way. and she just hangs out underneath the seat. It's not even like she taking up a whole seat. So they getting over. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. So like when you arrive at your destination, how as soon as the captain turns off the fastest seatbelt sign, everybody
Everybody
stands up,
stands up.
right? Not in Minnesota, not in Minneapolis. So I wish I didn't know what was going on. I thought this was like a test. I was like, so, I get up, I get Miss Honey's things out of the overhead, and everyone's still sitting down with the exception of like a few people. And I'm like, is this like people being nice? It's like, what is this? So I just sat back down. I'm like, okay, well, shit, like when in Rome, no one's in a rush to get anywhere. They call what they call it, Midwestern nice. Have you ever heard of that? Like
I
people
have. I
from
have.
the Midwest are really white. So I figured this was that, and I was like, oh, okay. And so it was great. It was great. It was great. It was a great flying day. Everything lined up. When I got here, I got in my Uber. Jenna's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "Oh, we were on the corner." She met us at the door. Like, it was great. So no disaster of the week. Just tens across the board. My travel day. Okay, going back, I don't know what it's gonna get because I'm going to Las Vegas. People may be shooting on the plane. I don't
Right.
know. And this
Right.
is on Delta, and they had a real shaky week. So I don't know. So I made it. Going back, hey, good vibes, good vibes. But yeah,
All tens across the board.
tens
Fly back
across
to
the
Delta.
board. Okay, tens across the board. People
Okay.
were on a Monday, so I'm flying back on a Monday. So we'll see if we get the same,
Same energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a disaster. Already gave it. You have an anti-disaster, which is interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
Contrast that we got going on. All right. I had a so I was you know what? I was thinking about something the other day, and I can't remember I can't remember exactly what sparked this thought process, but I wanted to run it by you to see what you thought if I was just fucking being stupid. So,
Period.
okay, shut up. So, okay, so my idea that I had is what if black people had like a black card, right? That like how like people say, "Oh yeah, you can't have your black card," but like what if there was actually a black card? Um oh, that's what it was. Um I was watching this doctor and he was talking about his experience about how one of his patients was like, "Oh yeah, thank you, Doc Mondrigo," right? And he was like, "I can't say it," but he said my N word, and he was like, and it just made me feel so empowered. He was like, "Oh man, my job now is to try and make all my other." He was like, "What I did was I made it so that way." He was a dentist. The doctor's a dentist. His name's Dr. Brady. So he's a dentist, and he was talking about how he put a rush on his customers' crowns. It was supposed to take 10 days, but he put a rush on it. It only took 3. So the client was like, "Oh yeah, that's dope, man." Blah blah blah. Right? And he was
Yeah.
like, "It should be everyone." He was like, "I don't know." He was like, "I feel like I just got invited to the club. Don't act out or anything. Be respectful, but like at the same time, like I'm here and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my god, And I'm like, well, what if that was like a real thing? What if like we could if all black people had like a black card that certifies them as black people, right? And you can give it, you can extend that credential, that honorary credential, temporary, not permanent, it's temporary,
Sure.
to other people of different races. Like you would extend yours to Jenna because and because you know that's your N word, right? But like, but I came up with this concept, and I'm like, okay, so what are the rules for getting this black card, right? Okay, have to be black. So your skin has to be black, right? There are a lot of different things that mean that you're black, but you have to have black skin, and it's different for each like country that you're in, like American black versus African black versus British black. I don't know if they would even get one. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's fine, whatever. That's rule number one. You have to have black skin. Okay. Rule number two is you have to have been oppressed. Check. Right. So like that rule extends to like think what's the guy's name from Boondocks, Uncle Ruckus. Think like Uncle Ruckus, like Uncle Tom's. Nah, fam. And then number three, right? You have to. It's what I like to call the nigga test, right? So you have to say the word, but it has to sound right. You know what I mean? Like it has to sound.
So
You know
it
what I'm.
can't be a hard
It can't,
ER.
right? It can't be a hard, or like I was watching this other video. There's this guy. He's like,
Happy Martin Luther King II Day, my
oh, you could
niggas.
say it, but you probably shouldn't. You
Right.
know.
Like if
So
it feels forced.
right. So
Yeah.
that's number three, and number four, you have to speak the language because like we all have our own language. We all have our own style. We always, you know what I'm saying? Black being an American black person is different than being a Nigerian is different. You know what I'm saying? We have our own little we put our own spin to it. So you gotta that's what I mean by you gotta speak the language. So I was thinking about that and I was like, that would be cool as fuck if we had something that was just for us that could like that we could use for like discounts on stuff, or we could say, oh yeah, this product is certified black. Like, oh yeah, that's what's up. Like, or this dentist, he'll rush your crowns for you. All right, Dr. Brady, what's up? What are your thoughts?
So like a green book for the
I don't
modern
know.
times.
I don't know what that is.
So OAW. So the Green Book was a guide for African Americans who were traveling around the country, and it highlighted safe spaces for Black folks.
Mm,
So it's like restaurants,
mm.
doctors, so on and so
Oh,
forth.
yeah, yeah.
So it was that for traveling. Um,
N- it wouldn't be like a green book. It would be like a physical card that you could use to it's like a driver's license.
okay.
Like you use it to validate your blackness, right? So like Trump would never have one, you know what I'm saying? And like you would it would be like an identifier that lets you know within the black community that you cool, that you passed the test. You know what I'm saying? So like you see what I'm saying? So
Okay, so you said a lot. First, you were talking about giving it to other people. Now you're saying this is just a card to identify ourselves. And
right.
then you're talking about then businesses that support Black folks.
Right.
So
So
it's like,
so so okay, so like I have okay, so we go to a black committee, right? And they say, "Okay, sir, we need you we you go to a black community, you say, "I want to be certified black," right? Okay. So, and then they ask you these questions. They give you the black test, right? Where you from? Tell me about a time you were oppressed. How many times have you had police point guns at you? Oh, fam, when are they not pointing guns at me? You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. I'm like, okay, we need you to say this word. All right, bet I got you. So then you get your certified black card, right? So now anywhere you go within the black community, you show them your certified black card. They say, okay, cool. We're not gonna charge you normal. We're gonna charge you the homie prices, or you get access to all different types of networking to build up the black community, right? So, and then let's say you sick one day, right? Um, Jenna needs to go to the black store to get some black products, right? She don't have black skin. So she takes your black card because you have temporarily granted her access. You can put her name on it or whatever. She could use your blackness by extension because that's your nigga, right? So that's just the thought process that I had when I was in the kitchen yesterday making the sandwich. I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I hope the sandwich was good because you said so much and not enough.
No, it was okay. It's just how my brain works. Like, what if we had something like that? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that a card would be necessary. Now, if there was a platform for safe spaces for Black folks, yes, I think that that would be, um, at more advantageous to the community.
But
Um,
how would you know who's safe and who's not?
well, because we would be like critiquing them on our platform. So, for example, like college, there's a website called rateyourprofessor.com.
Mhm.
So kids go on there, they type in their school and they type in the class, and it'll tell you if you need to buy books, it'll tell you if the teacher's easy, if they're attractive, avoid at all costs. And so it's like a
Mm.
forum for students to rate the professors so you can kind of guide what classes you need to take and so on and so forth, right? So if we had a platform where Black people poured in and talked about their experiences out in the real world, like, okay, yeah, I went to this doctor, he was cool, he had X, Y, and Z set up for me because I'm Black and these are my challenges, right? And so if you went to this place where it's just like, okay, I'm in Minneapolis, I'm trying to, get some soul food, where can I go? And I'm gonna tap in with the Black folks to be like, okay, where do I go or where don't I go? Or for example, like I said, I may go to Mall of America, but the comments would suggest I stay my Black ass at home because it's not for us, right?
Right, right.
So I mean, I think that would be
I mean, I guess.
yeah, and then if you want to pass it off to someone else, then it could be a database. You put somebody's name in that's not Black. Like if I put in Jenna went in, I'd be like, oh, she cool. So if they encountered her, then they know she's a friendly, an ally, right? I don't know that we need a card because we would identify each other instantly because we are of the same culture, right?
Mm.
Like Black people. If you see a Black person run, we just gonna start running. We're not asking no questions. We're not running towards danger. We're just gonna run, right? So, like, I
Mm.
don't know that we need a card. I think we communicate non-verbally, and that's how we identify other people in spaces. Like, you see this? Okay, yeah, cool.
Mm.
And then we keep on moving.
Mm.
That would be my take.
So, well, it's interesting that you say that. So, I can't remember what state this was, but they just had there was a cheerleading thing that happened in Texas. It was in Texas, and there was a stampede that started because somebody thought that there was shots fired at the cheerleading convention, but in actuality it was just the little metal stanchions that hold up the little um, barriers, the little curb barriers. It's one of those little metal stanchions fell over, sounded like gunshots, and a bunch of scary ass people just started running for their lives. And I don't feel like that would be a good thing. And I'm rambling anyway. So, uh, moving on. Let's move on. Let's move on. So,
Thank you for that deep, dark tour through your logic. I'm exhausted trying to figure it out. Like, these are
Anyway,
inside thoughts.
okay. Anyway. So we did news breaks. We did disaster of the week. We did this. I think it's about that time. This. It's about
Uh,
that time. What do you know? All right.
Anyways, let's do impossible questions since you're so pumped up about the what do you know? And I hope
Okay.
I get them all so you can really just suck a fat one. And then,
All right.
because historically, we know when you hype things up, it doesn't usually come through.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay.
It's fine.
All right,
I
let's get
I
into these.
pulled that okey doke on you last week though. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, this week's contribution of Impossible Questions has been brought to you by Jenna Went In.
Love you, Jenna.
She don't like you.
Okay.
Would you rather teach a water aerobic class to teenagers or a hip hop class to the elderly?
Ooh, a hip hop class to the elderly.
You can't dance. All right.
First of all, you don't know what I could do. Anyway,
I've
go
known you
on.
my whole life. I've never
Okay.
seen
You've
you
never
dance.
you've never seen me dance?
No, where? Actually, I take that back. We
Okay.
were doing dance routines when we were younger.
I was just about to bring that up. You remember?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
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 But I don't remember not
I
as
was
an adult. I don't recall you dancing.
okay. Okay, go on.
Yeah. Would you rather only listen to your least favorite genre of music or watch your least favorite genre of movie?
Least favorite genre movie.
Okay. Would you rather work in retail for Black Friday or, well, would you rather work in retail on Black Friday or in a restaurant for Mother's Day?
Restaurant for Mother's Day.
Okay. Would you rather accidentally eat a special brownie before dinner with your parents or before you have an important day at work?
Oh, with my parents. For sure.
All right. Would you rather have a personal meeting with your boss or with your mother's religious leader every day?
No thanks. Boss it is.
All right. Let's see. Last one. Um, would you rather live off the grid or in quarantine for a month?
Oh, quarantine, please. Quarantine me.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, that concludes this week's
Mm-hmm.
Impossible Questions brought to you by Jena Winnin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You're up. You're up. What's your answers? I'm interested in that last one. Would you be off the grid or would you be in quarantine?
Um, off the grid.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? I mean, I'm not beholden to my phone or anything. And so, like I'm kind of weird in ways. And so like I like to challenge myself. So I'll like do things that make me uncomfortable, like literally or figuratively speaking. And so I think being off the grid, that would like force me to do something out of my comfort zone. And so I would like have to figure out new ways to do stuff. And so the fact that people are addicted to social media, like I'm not on social media like that. You always start like, oh, you got it for, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Mm.
I'm not like addicted to tech. I was on my Animal Crossing for a bit, but the
Yep.
island,
Facts.
yeah. So I'm not someone that like is constantly on my
Big,
phone.
big
You know,
facts on that with Animal Crossing. Big facts.
so yeah, I would take off the grid because it would be quiet and chill. Like I would find a way to entertain myself. I mean, I don't know that I would be out there alone, but I mean, there wouldn't be any.
Do you know how to grow your own food?
Actually, so I have an orchid in my office that I've been nurturing for about a year, and her name is Patty. As in Patti LaBelle's song. Ooh, 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 I got a
Oh
new
my
attitude.
god.
So, quick story. So Jenna bought me this plant to put in my office. And, because she's like, oh, bring life to your office. Maybe that'll make you feel better. This is when I was working uh, as parole officer. And Patty was not thriving in that environment. Like her leaves were dying, and I was like, I got to get out of here because the plant can't even live here. Like she was in front of, she had access to water and the sun, but like it just wasn't a good environment. So if the plant can't thrive
Interesting.
here, then the same thing is happening to me, right? So I brought her home, and like for the first like bloom cycle, she didn't bloom at all. So she was still like messed up, traumatized. And so just now she started to bloom and grow like new leaves and everything. And so before I left, I watered her. And so every week I water her and I talk to her. I'm like, hey Patty girl, how you doing? So and she was like, we chilling. We out here in these streets. She's perched on my shelf and I'm just like, look at you, Patty. You're doing it, girl. And so Jenna one and will be like, how's Patty? I'm like, honey, she's thriving, and so I've got like pictures of her. So she's gonna bloom, it's spring now. So it's time for her to come out. And I'm like, come on out, girl. Come on out. And so she likes it in my office, at home. So I took that as a sign, like, okay,
Mm.
so yes, I think I have a green thumb. I think I
That's
can
beautiful. That's so beautiful.
yeah, I think I could live off the grid. Like if I knew what to do and like be attentive to it. So I think I could do it for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So
Okay.
anyways, let's get into
Yes.
this what do you know?
What, you still got the rest of the impossible questions
Okay, I mean this is nothing. All right, so we already said I'm gonna live off the grid. I definitely want to teach a hip hop class because I got the moves. Um as far as least favorite genre of music or movie, ugh. Uh
country music or rom-coms?
maybe movie.
Facts, big facts.
Because maybe I could find something to like about it.
Yeah.
Because music, That's hard. I'm a
Mm,
music person, so
mhm,
it's hard. Like work retail Black Friday. I used to work retail Black Friday
mhm. Same.
and
It wasn't
Mother's
that bad.
Day.
It wasn't that bad.
Mm, I never worked in a restaurant, so I don't know. But maybe restaurant because it should be a happy day. People taking
Mhm,
their moms out.
mhm,
Um, Obviously, I'm gonna have the brownie with my parents, and I'd rather have a meeting with the boss every day.
mhm.
Yes.
I would really love to see mom on a brownie. I would love to see that. That would make me happy.
Well, why don't you offer her one? I mean,
Mm,
actually, I gave her some gummies, I think, some CBD,
mm.
and she was like, "I had the best sleep ever." Welcome, welcome, Shasha. Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. I had
Enjoy
the best
yourself.
sleep ever. Oh, I
Yeah,
wonder
I'm like,
why,
girl,
mom.
relax. Tired.
Yeah. All right. So it's about that time, dear sis.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna go first?
Well, we have to rock paper scissor it.
Okay. Are we
And it
gonna?
has to be right because you cheated last time. I watched the video and you were
Here we
waiting for
go.
me. Okay.
Here we go. I was waiting for you to say something like that. I was like, oh fuck, it looked like I cheated. There's a delay. There is a delay on the internet. So like, watch. Hold up your hand. We'll go like this. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then hold your hand up. We'll try and do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. You see that? There's a delay. Okay.
No.
1, 2, 3. There's a delay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not cheating. There's a delay.
Period. He's cheating. You saw it.
Okay. Okay. So here's what we do. Here's what we do, right? We go rock, paper, scissors, hold them off camera. We'll shoot, and then we'll bring our hands up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Off camera, not on camera. Off camera.
Right.
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 Okay.
Okay.
My hand is over here. All right.
Fine.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wait. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. All right. One more.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah! Okay, okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got him.
All right.
Ah! I'll go first. All
All
right.
right. What does
See,
that
look at that.
mean?
That means that I ask you the questions first.
Okay.
Okay. Now, did I cheat? No, I did not. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm still on my black card idea. Let me just get all of
Please delete it.
that. Delete it. Delete it. Okay. All right. What is the name of the fictional city that Aladdin lives in?
Mm, I should know this.
You should. This is easy.
It escapes me.
Okay, you got to guess.
Uh, I don't know.
Say the name. You got to say something. You can't be like, I don't know next. Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. Uh, Bubbles.
That is incorrect.
Clearly.
Agrabah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't getting that.
Okay. Who is Batman's greatest enemy?
Joker?
Correct. Okay. Who does Anakin Skywalker turn into?
You already know I don't know
This
any
is
of these
this
questions.
is easy. This is easy.
Anakin Skywalker?
Anakin Skywalker. Who does Anakin Skywalker turn into?
I don't even know who that is. Is this a Star Wars question?
Yes, this is a Star Wars question.
No, no idea.
You
A
gotta
pumpkin.
guess. You
A
gotta guess.
pumpkin. A pumpkin.
That is incorrect. he turns into, call back to last episode, Darth Vader. Common knowledge. You said
Yeah.
they got to be
Okay.
softballs.
All right. Yes.
You said his name last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Name 3 of Spider-Man's enemies. Common knowledge. There have been 9 Spider-Man movies.
I
Okay,
really
okay,
don't.
okay. Let me underhand this one for you.
Yeah, put it on the T for me, okay?
Name 3 of Spider-Man's animal-based enemies.
Animal. Okay, maybe Black Panther?
No.
I mean, I don't know. Animals.
Yes.
Get your pressure up.
I cannot with you right now.
What? I know nothing of the comics.
I literally, Amber, I've been Spider-Man my whole life. This is Spider-Man right here on my own. I was wearing a Spider-Man shirt last week.
Yeah.
Amber.
What about Venom? Is that one?
That is an enemy, yes. But it's not an animal-based enemy. So I'll give you half a point for that.
Okay. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's very challenging. Go on.
Think of what's a okay. So okay. Scorpion, Rhino, Vulture. Those are 3. Animal based.
No idea. Yeah, I get the animals, but I don't know the
Lizard.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay.
Look at you, like it's gonna be so fun. It's like you don't look like you're having fun, sir.
I'm stressed. That is 1 point for you. All right, go on.
1.5.
1.5.
Yes.
Should be 1 point none, but whatever. It's fine. I gave you half a point because you named it 1. Okay, fine. Go on. Your turn.
So 1.5. Okay. Name a professional sports team in Minnesota.
Vikings.
Okay. Good job.
What's up?
Okay. How many football teams does California have?
Are we talking NFL?
Football. NFL football.
Oh. I mean, like, are we talking? College as well.
There's no way in hell you would get it if we were talking college.
Okay. California. Okay, so Niners, Raiders. California. Niners, Raiders. Nope, Washington Wizards is in Washington. I was thinking, there was a team that was in California that was like, you said football, right? I was thinking Golden State Warriors, and also this basketball. Fuck.
And also, the Raiders are not in California.
Fuck.
That's a throwback to last week.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna go with I know it's either 2 or 3. It's 2 or 3. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 3.
Correct.
Oh, get the fuck out with that shit! Go! All right. I can't name. Nope. That wasn't the question. Nope. I got it right. Okay. But yeah, what are they?
Exactly. The 49ers, the Chargers, and the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have never got that.
I would have never. I was like, I know there's a team in San Diego. I was going to say the San Diego Sparks or something, but that's probably
That's nothing.
okay.
That's not a thing.
That was a TV show. Okay, go on.
Okay, what college did Kobe Bryant play at? It's common knowledge.
North Carolina.
Final answer?
Yep.
Nope.
Ah!
He didn't play in college. He got drafted out of high school.
Okay.
Last question. Finish this sentence. Deion Sanders is the current coach of.
Ah. Deion Sanders is football, right? Yeah, he had the dance thing, right?
What dance?
When he would
Yeah,
do
the interception. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the question. Go on.
Cowboys.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No.
Damn it.
He is the head coach of the University of Colorado's football team.
That's college.
I didn't highlight anything. I didn't give you a level.
Okay, all right.
Nothing.
Okay.
And it's common knowledge because it's everywhere. Like every article is about him or his sons or, like it's a big deal. It's common knowledge. At this point, it's very common knowledge. So I hope it was everything you had hoped that it would be. You didn't seem like you enjoyed yourself as much as you thought you would. So
I'm still winning.
You're hanging on.
And you are not. You are not.
I'm honest about what I know. I think the questions that I'm giving you, you can kind of sift through them to kind of figure out. Like, if I ask you how many, then you can have a guess, right? I'm not asking you for specific, like yours, but I think it's interesting.
So wait. So I didn't give you any softballs.
No.
No. Animal base. All you had to do was literally name an animal.
And I did. I
And
said Black Panther. Right. So it's not literally. And I said Venom. That's a snake. So I gave you two animals. You're like, stop. No. Yeah.
Okay, this is fun. This is fun. Okay. That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair. Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, you should have known the Agrabah one.
I mean, no. Yes, Jenna worked on Aladdin and I saw it a few times, but like out of context, not tracking it like that. Now, if you said what color was the genie or who played the genie in, the movie, then yeah, I could get that.
Who played the genie in the movie?
Robin Williams.
Who played it again?
Will Smith.
Okay. Good answer.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. I got you. You just let me write this down. Okay. I'm already starting on next week's questions.
I love your enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
You did not have this for the fun facts.
Because
that's for sure.
Because this is fun. This is fun. This is fun for me.
Your fun facts could have been fun. You were the one that made them not fun.
Anyway, so yeah. All right, that's about as much as I can stand for today. So, we touched on everything. All right, so same time next week, dear sis.
Perhaps.
Cool.